About a 5,000-pound Jeff Shetterly at the cockpit, he's a big guy, like a bodybuilder. It takes all of his strength to put that old thing on his big arm. You'll see some high-tech airplanes that roll at the click of a stick. This one, at times, you put two hands on the control stick to get the ailerons what he wants to do with them and the rudder to give him the performance he wants. This was an advanced trainer that came out to teach World War II Top Gun pilots how to engage in air-to-air combat. Built by North American Aviation, as he rolls the airplane, short period of time, or else he'll run out of fuel and oil pressure, and that smoke, by the way, won't hurt you. Now, the beauty of what Jeff Shetterly is doing is to keep the airplane in the stage and to maneuver just either side of the bridge. That's the mark of a great air show pilot. This airplane was originally a production run of over 15,000 from 1938 to 1945. We started the production line in Canada, built about 4,000 more. So there are about 20,000 plus derivatives of this aircraft that have just set up for the 4-point that roll every 90 degrees. Now the rumble that you hear, that's a radial air-cooled engine. Pratt & Whitney built it at 600 horsepower. That is a maneuver called a Hamil. When completed, Jeff will duplicate that on the right side. It will be the figure 8 traced out on its side with the smoke of the aircraft. A maneuver that was invented quite by accident by an American in Miami, Florida, in 1936. And decided he rather live than die. Discovered that maneuver. At that time, his name was Coleman. He was the chief flying instructor for Batista's Cuban Air Force. And since that time, we have continued to call that maneuver the Cuban 8, despite our strained relations with that country's dictator. The Shetterly Squadron gives us a series of different aircraft, and they perform as solo artists. And they keep up for an entire family event at times with everybody's job. Now the pilot brings middle for 19 years. This is a combat air show maneuver. It's called barrel control. Very precise. When you do it rapidly, it can be a way to get the adversary or the enemy dogfighter off your tail. When you do it slow, it's even more difficult because it is a change of speed, change of altitude, change of attitude. It starts and stops at exactly the same point. Hold the nose of an airplane on a point out in front of you. Roll the aircraft without the nose going off at the point. Now these pilots are sitting down. I'll tell you this, it is no easy ride. This is a grueling amount of work. It's the equivalent of running a Decathlon. It's a tremendous amount of physical and mental energy goes into this flying. Now stopping every 35 degrees of altitude, 4 stops, 5 stops, 6, 7, 8. Give Jeff Shetterly a big round of applause for that difficult climb. Aviation T6 Texan by the Army Air Corps because it was assembled in Dallas, Texas. The Navy called it the S&J, same airplane, different designation. And the Commonwealth countries call it the Harvard, based on that higher institution of learning. Once you master this airplane, you can take your B-51 and have a chance of coming back from your first or 10th or 50th dogfight. Jeff Shetterly gives us a big wave way back to him as well. He's going to head back to the downtown airport, our staging area, for all of our pilots. And again, that's going to be the old biplane. Some people think they're old, but you can still buy a 2025 biplane in about 3 different locations here in the U.S. This is a Hamil. And this type of delivery. He was given the opportunity by his mother. They took him to air shows at a very young age. He was there to develop his love for aviation. He pursued very well. Now, on 4th of July, after flying the air show, it's a very monumental event for him because after all his hard work for him, he was on the 4th of July weekend in 2008 when she passed away. So Patrick McAlee overhead always devotes these performances to his mother. If you want to give a big round of applause to Patrick, you just want to put something back, we can do it here. Patrick, you got any more for us?
Watch this. Gyroscopic tumbling maneuvers like a balsa wood airplane in the windstorm. If you don't think that's a wild ride, what you're finding is a disorientation. You're looking at green grass and blue sky. In this case, we're looking at Brown River. Highly choreographed maneuvers. These are not random maneuvers. This is totally researched on the ground to be able to be at the right altitude and the right speed for the entry to the next maneuver. Yet, with the exception of a climb to pull off the engine, oil temperatures and the cylinder head temperatures, that's the only time they break. When we asked the biplane pilots, why do you choose a biplane rather than a monoplane, they have one standard answer, loud and clear. Biplanes rule. So it doesn't mean it's an antique. I'm a little snack roll. One of the things that Kid Special does well, it was a design made by Curtis Homestead Florida. It provided a lot of people with gold medals in international and national competition. Curtis pictures up in Airshow heaven. But the design he gave us, flown by Patrick McAlee, is still dominating the sky. We owe big debt of gratitude to that very humble Southern gentleman, Curtis H. Pierce. Spent most of his life at Homestead, Florida. The airplane's powered by a 360 cubic inch light on a four-cylinder engine pumped up to over 245 horsepower. Highly modified version of that engine. Now changing direction, what they call an outside tunnel snap roll, or what gravity forces are trying to force you out of the cockpit and away from your seat. Hence the 5-point custom harness. Pilots get in the cockpit, sit up as tight as they can, take a deep breath, exhale, tighten it up even more to the point of pain. You do not want to slide around in that seat. You don't want to be away from your seat. Your head up touching the top of the sliding canopy. Smoke back on without hesitation under grave punishment to the pilot. Great way to roll. Watch as it gets to the target altitude. This model is the BITS S1 SS. Now that designates the first S means special. It's a BITS special. One means it's a single cockpit because there are two cockpit models. And the SS means it differs from a stock S model because it has extra features. There's a photograph. Blue in the blue. Chuck, are you on the frequency?
Yes, I'm pushing.
All right. Now, the last cool thing that he did, Tom Cruise is going to do the new movie Top Gun Maverick. It's grossed so far around the world $2.5 billion. Well, Tom Cruise developed a flight program that this man, as a Hollywood stunt pilot, was responsible for doing. That was take all the actors who were going to be sitting in an FA-18 and teach them about going through maneuvers like this, knowing that they could get sick, but pre-scooping them so that they wouldn't, because you get jostled around the cockpit. So 140 planes in the sky after all the stars. Big Tom was satisfied that they would get the right shot, the right movie. He is a perfectionist. He also passes over Chuck, if you got time, take us through some of these maneuvers, if you will. This is a maneuver called the square loop or the box in the sky. The right side has been drawn, the top is drawn now, straight back down towards the river, and finally one full of the sticks. And your gift in that box is in the sky. Aeronautical engineer, chase plane pilot out of Hamil, over the right stuff, and motion picture stunt pilot. And a tremendous amount of motion pictures, but I think the monumental one that we all had a gravity to is Top Gun Maverick. As he continues to take the airplane around, showing you the high rate of roll. This is the type of airplane, two-place version that we took all of those stars. It was a grueling training program, but Tom Cruise surprised a P-51 Mustang for recreation. Likes perfection. He's also very dedicated as a pilot. After a day of filming, look at torsion around Coleman, flat across the top into a spin, and then conventional spin on the downside. Here again, the disorientation. Notice he needs that airplane right in front of us. So what Chuck
give him a big round of applause as well. And if you watch that movie, Top Gun Maverick, you'll see he was in the credits. He was on the set day in and day out. Long days, a lot of flights. You'll see Chuck Coleman in the credits. Outside down, right side up, and then the staff all around. 9-inch light, then pulls it on the left wing. Pulling back on the stick, forcing himself down into the seat to the tune of about 5 times his body weight. A very accomplished individual. In addition to the things I mentioned to you, when they go out for a new airplane, he will also be a chase plane pilot. He'll send another pilot out to observe what's going on around the experimental aircraft that is out on a flight test program. It's a very disciplined endeavor. It's not just slamming the airplane around. It's minor flights, one after the other. We see the rate of roll of these concept monoplanes. Made of space-age material, which is tremendously light. But 8 times stronger than conventional design. That with an oversized, high-coming American-built engine and a high-tech computer designed for development. Coming out of the zone, here's Chuck Coleman, big applause. A little bit of magic there going up, and he picked the blue patch of sky over the river, St. Louis. Now again, if we were to talk to Chuck in the cockpit, you'd see and hear that he is short of breath. He's sitting down, short of breath. This hurts. Your brain is going as hard as your body is, and it takes it. Oh, this is a diamond in the sky. This is the signature maneuver from Chuck Coleman. 4 points to the diamond on 4:45 years in lines. And that just proves to you that St. Louis is a jewel. You agree with me on that? Yeah, baby. Without hesitation and much pain and duress, against the ultimate gravity loads. The greatest example of then, an outside gyroscopic tumble. Something that thought possible a couple of years ago with old conventional design, but you can see that's what Chuck Coleman dances back around already with altitude when you change your direction and get right over the middle of the river again. Highly choreographed maneuvers. Pulling one direction, then the opposite, then hesitation, then right side up. All precision. Maneuvering of the controls. When he goes straight up like that, he has no reference. So what he does is look out the left and right side of that canopy and he'll slice the horizon by either 90 degrees or 45 degrees. There is the slide winder and a rudder sliding into second base just like they do here so many times at sea. And then kicking the rudder back and forth with the Milwaukee Award are able to vote for the next inductee. All right, there's Greg Koontz. All right, there's Greg. Now, after he warms up, he loves to talk to the crowd. This is a super Decathlon, super D, they call it, a production aircraft. And I think he might be about ready. You'll see a very spirited, hear a very spirited conversation from Greg. All right, Greg, I think you're warmed up. Let's talk to this great crowd. Greg, you want to be in the street? You are sounding and looking good. Let's talk to this great enthusiastic
right now, so got it off the top. Get back lined up a little bit. This is the roll for you, because I might make a pause. And you can fly for a minute, kind of get set up again. Here we go.
Now, this airplane can be many things. It is a super decathlon. It can be a family aircraft, has 2 seats in the tandem environment. You have the advantage of a tail wheel.
Okay, this is a wonderful opportunity to fly from the Arch with the great people of St. Louis on this day. I mean, the airport is very awesome. It's my first time here. I've flown in a bunch business-wise, but first time to come here and enjoy an air show like this. And I gotta say, it's a real bit of press at the legs. You want to be false? I would say that's important.
Well spoken. And when you're ready, continue on. Here comes your loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Now I'm going to get over here. Show off a few things I think the airplane does really well. And just what you think about it. First thing I'm going to do is called a Humpty Surprise. We'll tell you about this. Coming in the focus with everybody right there.
People quite often say, that's a recording. You can't do that in a cockpit. No, that's live in person. Watch this. Consider yourself going through this. Watch the tail, and the nose, and the spin, and the stop.
And there we go. A little hammer turn around. Everybody's so loud up there today. Okay, launch
One of the first aerobatic maneuvers ever accomplished. Take a picture.
all that little hammer here.
Oh, they love it, Raymond. So, by the way, while you're getting clothes down here, congratulations on this being the 50th year as a continuous air show.
Thank you very much, Kenny. It's been a great career. We're going to keep it going. A lot of fun with a lot of cool people. Here we go. Over and this.
What's that? Hang on, cowboy.
Okay, go make some altitude. Come back around for just a couple.
Let's talk a little bit about your school. Take us through that. Your tail wheel, aerobatic, and upset training school.
The only reason you guys want to go to
Alabama.
And that is a bed and breakfast. So people come and stay awake with you for a couple of days and take the training. That's my fun. Just like this. And the bar shoulder loop.
sucker. Come down here, so if you're a big sun, it's a blue shade.
Again, these are production aircraft, available brand new or used, built in America. A fun, do everything airplane. Sunday ride, okay, all free. Stop once, stop twice, stop three times, and back to the right side of position at 4 point hesitation. Stop at 8%, decrease the rotation.
Back in the box for just the last stop out for everybody. Let me say it again. Happy 4th of July. Certainly I got to be a big part of it. Or a part of it. Yeah, well, nice one. I got it. And up we go. Thank you.
Oh, they love you. Great girls.
Thank you, Danny. Adios. I'll see you at the next one.
Also, if that was not enough, he did missions in Iraq in the F-15. Came back, got into Air Force instruction because of his expertise in the F-15, and was the Air Force's instructor of the year. This airplane weighs only 900 pounds. The thrust for this engine for pilots is 258 pounds of thrust. Not thousands, but 258. The Czechoslovakian engine made for drones and UAVs. That's at the top of this design. Now Larkin is going to use the maneuvers he learned flying the F-15 and flying the T-38 Hamil as well. The engine is mounted on the top of the fuselage. Now this airplane, because of its configuration, if you wanted to take the engine off of the airplane, you would wait till it cooled down, remove some bolts, and you could pick it up and take it off the top of the airplane and put it on a workbench. For that reason, because of the size of the aircraft and its fuel capacity, he and his wife Laura drove this airplane from show site to show site. Now look at the altitude of this loop, and you can see the performance of the aircraft. Again, using his Air Force training. For many years, Tom's dad was alive. He went to every show that he could to see his son fly. And he and his wife Laura with this airplane crisscrossing the U.S. I think we were way out on the east. We were in Ohio a couple of months ago. So from town to town, they trail in the gym. Again, look at the performance. Look at the span of the wings. There is nothing to it. Well, he makes it look out to me. Keeping the fast jet again in the stage area. That's choreography. It doesn't start in the air, it starts on the ground. You're on to figure out the maneuvers. You have the correct altitude and the dive speed for the next maneuver that you want to execute. Over our anniversary bridge. Rolling on the river. Straight up, straight. Home to Greenville. Across the top, inverted flight. This is called the hairpin turnaround. You look up in the sky, there's a giant hairpin. And yes, you can fly that. Yeah, we appreciate that. I'm going to finish up between acts and I'll be talking about with that movie that I want you to re-watch if you haven't in a long time, or watch for the first time. If there's a vintage movie, we'll talk about it. Okay, the Larkin, Tom Larkin, amazing guy, wonderful guy, great veteran, and an innovator as well. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and a 4-point hesitation. I want to tell a story about Tom Larkin. We were doing a show on the East Coast in North Carolina. After the show, I arrived with a teenager back to the commercial airport to go back home. And I asked the driver, what was your favorite act in the show? And the driver said, well, I really like those Blue Angels. Okay, what was your second favorite act? And that teenager said, that little jet was really cool. So this guy, Tom Larkin, is getting the attention of not only veteran jet pilots, but the kids as well. With this overall, all done with minimum power. A roll on the top of the two maneuvers combined into one, rolling from inverted flight all the way around to inverted, it pulls up that way. Now all the maneuvers are great, but the cool part part is how quickly Tom Larkin gets around with his jet at these speeds. And you can give him a big round of applause for the artistic way that he dances from one side of the stage to the other. And just like all of our other pilots, there's a great deal of exertion because of the increased gravity load on the body. It's just an effort even to move your hand on the throttle. Your head becomes very heavy. You hear the power coming in across the top. Reverses that hairpin turnaround. Example of imagination rules the world. And that's what our airshow committee has done for you. By the way, on behalf of all of us out-of-towners, including our air boss Wayne Bob, Shetterly, and Candy Cushing, the hosts loves you the most, thank you for allowing us to come back to this wide variety of aircraft on the 4th of July in St. Louis, Missouri. Where else would you want to be? How love this place. All right. The slow roll, or as they say, the victory roll. Typical of a pilot coming back from aerial combat in World War II, back to the home base somewhere, perhaps in Europe or the Pacific. If they have downed the enemy airplane, they fly low in the field, bring the nose up, roll the aircraft. That would mean one more of the enemy is not in the air to harass any of our pilots. Victory roll. Quickly dancing around with a high G turn coming back in. At times he'll be at 300 miles an hour. Other times he'll be at about 60 miles an hour. Little icing on a cake. Baked by Tom Larkin. Pink frosting. Dispatch, you might get your camera. Camera's ready. So it comes down and gives us a photo pass. There's a good shot, relatively slow.
Why don't you tell us about the mission at Folds of Honor?
The mission at Folds of Honor has never wavered. Honor their sacrifice, educate their legacy. The team at Folds of Honor is committed to leaving no military or first responder family behind on the field of battle or here at home. The real return on our investment for us is serving these heroic families.
That is awesome, David. Thanks for that info. And what a great mission. While military and first responders sacrifice, let's remember the families that support them. It's way more than a scholarship. They provide a life-changing education. This is where sacrifice meets hope. So look up as I sky dance in the Folds of Honor biplane and enjoy the show and celebrate the foundation of this great nation of ours. Now that I've warmed up, checked my engine, and tightened my seatbelt, it's time for rock and roll.
What do you think of that intro?
Incredible!
That was a little over time, but I'll take it.
Alright, Dad, enough of that talking. Let's see some sky dancing in that Folds of Honor biplane.
son David. He likes good airshow flying, but he loves the mission of Folds of Honor. Let's turn it up.
We got nothing to prove and everything to give back. Let's help Folds of Honor give back to the military and first responder families that have given us so much.
Yeah, Dad, now that's what I'm talking about. You know, I do love some good airshow flying, but I love my country even more.
Well, all that biplane stuff is really cool. Let's not forget that since 2007, Folds of Honor has given out over 51,000 scholarships, altogether worth more than $250 million. And recipients, 45% are minorities. With the help of Folds of Honor, we are able to come together as a resilient nation. And remember, this is where sacrifice meets hope.
Thank you for watching today. If you want to learn more, you can visit edhamil.com. There you can also click on the donate button, which takes you to foldsofhonor.org, where for just $13 a month, you can join the squadron and help provide a life-changing education.
I want to take this opportunity to thank my family for helping out with the narration today. My wife, Julie.
my daughter Angel, and my son David. From our family to yours, Godspeed and God bless the USA. Anything else you'd like to say, Angie?
Folks, out of coincidence, something really great happened last week, and we were out at the Air Force Base in Ogden, Utah. And it's not far from Salt Lake, so it's a big population area, and the longest ever of the Red Bull Air Races represented the United States of America in an international group of the best pilots in the world. Perhaps you saw on television throughout the course of the year. He flies hardcore aerobatics. Now he's sponsored by Red Bull. He's part of the Red Bull Air Force. Watch this. As he pushes in on the clutch, shifts on reverse, comes back on the tail while still rolling the airplane. Still rolling backwards, still rolling backwards. Now recovers on the way down. Kevin Coleman, give him a big round of applause. He is wound up. He is a very young guy. But you haven't seen anything yet. Part of the Red Bull Air Force that combined in the air at air show events. And as he does the over and tumble, then quickly coming back to the right side of position. They combine fixed wing aircraft like this one in the same air with aerobatic helicopters, in the same air with skydivers, all occupying the air at the same time in an airborne extravaganza. Watch this. This is called the Nickelator, named after the late Nick Blumeyer. Not only winning the Red Bull Series against the best international pilots in the world, but also part of that very demanding Red Bull Air Force, brought to you by Tubro Aviation, Larkin engines. All right, over the top. As a young man, getting introduced to aviation by the legendary Coleman, he found no problem starting to do air shows as a teenager. Very much respected. Now he has a foundation that honors the late Mr. Marion Cole. Get that red, white, and blue. Look at that photo opportunity. Stops the airplane and executes, as you know, that tiny hairpin turnaround. Not content with coming straight down, he deliberately pulls oblique or 90 degrees away from the crowd. Oh, that's the clover roll when you change direction by 90 degrees. And again, if you're looking at the comfortable ride in the airplane, it may be comfortable from the ground, but not in the cockpit. When you see a great pilot break off, climb for altitude, that means that you're cooling down the cylinder head temperatures. It is an air-cooled engine. Cooling down the oil temperatures, going up to the cleaner and cooler air, getting air flowing through the cowling, the very tight cowling on the front, and also getting the position for the next series of maneuvers. It is going from Act 1 to Act 2. Right, smoke to the right, that means Danny, I'm ready to come back in. So when you see pilots pick up altitude, get ready for the spectacular. He'll come down pushing 300 miles an hour. A heart-soul high-tech propeller. All right, watch the nose and the tail. Tumbling over end, again like a balsa-wood airplane in a windstorm. Give Kevin Coleman a big round of applause from St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, this kid is something. You know, he would have a right to be very boastful for all the accomplishments that he's had, but he's a very, very humble guy. They have a fixed base operation. They do everything aviation, including corporate jet flights at the Freeport International Airport. As he goes end over end, they have their own strip at Coshana, Louisiana, not far from Freeport. The family had homes out there. We have a
us people that even practice aeronautics like this or fly the general aviation aircraft, whatever they please. Looking at the horizon again. The outside, right aileron, right rudder, off-center gnawing roll, right next to that tunnel. Now you can see the machine gun style of maneuvers. Always making things more difficult. Watch on top of this though. Upside down, he'll snap roll once, twice. He's going to get 3 out of this. Give him a big round of applause. That's a big bit of icing on that Kevin Coleman cake. Alright, staging. Gain of altitude, gain of speed to change your direction. The tumbling, gyroscopic, end over end maneuvers. And I haven't said it enough, these are not random maneuvers. These are well thought out so that they will flow one to the other. So you'll always have the altitude. Altitude will get you speed. And speed will get you the entry for the next maneuver. Recovering into the vertical flight position. Kevin Coleman heading back to the downtown airport.